What I'm going to share with you tonight is one that I wrote during or after going through the menopause. Yeah, so, did you hear that sound? That's the sound of all of the cis men in the room collectively shitting themselves. Sorry, I shouldn't swear, but it's alright fellas, you're outnumbered. Anyway, the reason that this event was advertised as 14 plus, I believe, is because of this poem. This is the peak of my sweary poetry this evening. There is an F-bomb. I just need you to know, prepare yourself, it is coming. So that's, obligatory language warning. Check. So, my mom's been worried about this set tonight. It's fine. Yeah, so, before I share this with you, I do need to share with you something quite personal about myself, which is the fact that I'm transgender. Now, this is my favourite part because I'm seeing the people that I don't previously know look at me and go, no. No. It's okay, you don't need to be uncomfortable. I was assigned female at birth. I socially transitioned when I was 13. Female puberty really messed with my head. It felt like my brain was going in one way, my body was going in the other, and it just wasn't on the same level. So I started hormone blockers when I was 15, which basically stopped my body producing any estrogen. Now, any post-menopausal folk in the audience tonight will be able to attest that that process is a lot of fun. No, it's not. It's awful. So, yeah, now I've been on testosterone for a year and a half. I'm getting surgery in the new year. I'm very comfortable with where I am medically. But the biggest and I think most important part of all of this stuff is that I don't regret anything I've done. It's been difficult, but I don't regret any of it. So I wrote this when I was 17, on the back of going through the menopause, and this is what I've dubbed my male menopausal memoir. Get the alliteration right. I've found there's something fairly isolating about being young, living under the same sun, trying to fit the same mold, trying to grow the same old, and I'm only 17. But it feels like I've in essence seen what our lives in session mean, and for a while my obsession's been just being young, being normal. Learning the youth tongue, sweary and informal, but I could say the word fuck like it's a social solution, but it wouldn't contribute to an ounce more of inclusion because I've had a target on my back since I was 13 that I placed there by myself, not really knowing how it would hurt me. Because when I was a little girl, I knew I really wasn't. I didn't know about the world, I didn't know there was a closet, I didn't know that I lived there, I didn't know I needed help, I didn't have the words to say it, but what I did know was myself. So, when I came out, I thought the hardest part was over. Thought in terms of transy trouble, that was the most of my exposure, but people use their words in ways you just don't tell your mum. And I could cope with it, it's what my life had to become. And then, I got some treatment. I got some hormone blockers after months and months of waiting and patience. Speaking to doctors, I was offered a pause button to allow my body rest. I could stop hating my period and ever-growing chest, but what was meant to be a comfort sometimes felt more like a sickness. It started after Christmas. By May, nothing but stiffness and dizziness, hot flushes and happiness and rage, which was often put down to mood swings. Being teenage, you're just hormonal. But actually, I wasn't. I thought it was ironic I had the opposite problem, but there was no one my age to understand and keep me calm, and this was slap bang in the middle of my exams, so I had stress. But what I want to say, what I'd love you to understand is whilst there were people to help in online transy wonderland, for the first time in my life, I was by myself in what I dealt with, and that's the thing, it was lonely. And damn, I really felt it, but I thought any expression of that would sound like regret. Menopause was a side effect of something helping me progress, but part of me couldn't forget that people who never listen take any negatives as a sign of detransition, and I fought so hard to feel like I was believed. People have their opinions, mostly wear them on their sleeves, and detransition rates are less than 1%, yet its coverage is highest. So, my fear of skepticism of my identity kept me quiet. Right now, I'm a year and a half on testosterone, and I'm thrilled. I'm through my menopause, and the notion's now instilled that I choose if I am valid. I can talk about bad stuff, and if people take that their own way, they can think that. Fair enough, but I am so sick of people like me being scared and so not sharing, because I did menopause all by myself and was wearing, and I'd have killed to have felt able to express it at the time, but I just, thank God, that me and my mum's menopauses didn't align.